Air. What up, world? It's your boy, Ari Stacks from my rap mentor. And for those who don't know me, I'm a rapper, rap coach, and radio host. I specialize in teaching rappers how to rap, build fans, make money, brand, so on and so on. And today we got a special guest. Introduce yourself, man.
What's up, man? It's your boy Peter Kane Hustle.
Peter Kane Hustle. Tell them what you do, man. For those who don't know what you do, tell them where to follow you at. First, tell them where to follow you.
You can follow me on Instagram, Peter Kane 947. Follow me on TikTok, Peter Kane 947. You can follow me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Peter Kane 947.
Now, for those who don't know you, tell them what you do.
Well, for the last 10 years, I've just been an engineer and a producer. And right now, I'm a part of a team, a great team. By the name of Fan First, ran by my boy Tricky P. But up until before that, I was an MC, moved out here in 2002, started my own crew. I've been with everybody.
Okay.
You could think of.
Okay, I'm glad I had you on the show because actually that's something I want to transition into, doing the mixing and the mastering and stuff. So I'm gonna be questioning you for my own personal reason too.
Absolutely.
But
go for it.
A lot of people that watch this show is usually up and coming artists that's just starting their career or they're very, very fresh. So they just need guidance. So I'm gonna be learning from this too. So
Off top.
Are you from Vegas?
No, I'm originally from South Central Los Angeles.
What made you move out here? Well, how long have you been out here?
Since 2002.
2002.
So almost 20 years.
So you grew up in LA?
Yeah.
What made you move out here?
I got tired of gang banging.
Take me through that. We don't gotta tell too much. I'm trying to.
Well,
get you in trouble,
I grew up in the jungles, South Central, BPS. I went to Job Corps, some more stuff. Trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Because I wanted to transition at some point. You grow up, your mom, you ain't nothing, you ain't shit, all that stuff. So I decided to move out here. You know what I'm saying? And I moved in. And then as soon as I got situated in an apartment, then I started buying my equipment. I ain't gonna lie, I started off with computer mics.
So was that
speakers.
so that was for the rapping or?
That was for rapping.
Oh, so that's how you okay.
Yeah, that was for rapping. Bone Thugs and Harmony watched me grow up.
Oh yeah, that's they inspired me, man. Bone.
Yeah, Casey and Joseph from Jodeci watched me grow up. A lot of people watched me grow up. You know what I mean? And they wouldn't give me my shot, so I said, well, fuck it, I'm finna go make my own. So I came out here. And I'm like, well, nobody really knows me out here. I really don't have no family out here. But then come to find out, I had lots of family out here.
Oh, you didn't even know.
Yeah, so everybody's like, man, you related to everybody. No, I'm really not. But I am. So, yeah, but, I started going through a transition, with my eyesight. I got a rare eye disease. So I gave up engineering, producing, everything for like almost 7 years.
Oh, you did? So was you still rapping at the time? Or
No, I wasn't doing anything.
Oh, nothing?
Yeah, by the grace, Fan First, they came and picked me up like, yo, I know about you for years, over a decade. So I want you to come and work with us. And then, I was even a host here.
Oh, you was?
Yeah.
Oh, I might have seen your flyer because when you said Tricky P, I do.
Yeah, I was his co-host.
I might have seen the flyer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's how you know I'm talking to the mic already. I have to tell you. That's
yeah, right.
I was wondering, like.
Yeah.
Okay. But what inspired you to want to be a rapper first? It seemed like your journey started off as a rapper first. Or
people
artist.
that I grew up around, like I said, Bone Thugs, they watched me grow up. Snoop also watched me grow up. Matter of fact, shout out to my cousin, Mike Bell Jr. just got signed by the Buffalo Bills, who's a product of Snoop Dogg's Football League. So,
okay.
So it's stuff like that, that made me want to go ahead and do this. You know what I mean? And I couldn't get a shot, because it's like, okay, well, are you gonna get developed? You gonna get developed, and nobody would ever develop me.
Okay. How long did it take you to make that transition into? Okay, do you still rap now or do music?
I do occasionally, but not as much as I used. Nah.
Okay. Nah. So how long did it take you? Well, tell me what made you transition fully over. Like, you know what? I'm gonna do this mix and master. I'm gonna produce.
Well, I mean, it comes to when you move out here, you don't know nobody. You know what I'm saying?
I'm fresh out here too, so I'm
right. Yeah, you don't know nobody, so you start buying the equipment, and then you start, back when YouTube University was starting to start cracking.
Oh yeah.
So I learned a lot. I had a lot of distorted songs. I had a lot of bad quality songs, and then it got to a point where I would listen to songs that are out, and I would try to match the mixing. Now, mind you, I did this with a computer mic at first. That's how far back it goes. You feel me? And then and then it got to a point where I started making a computer mic sound like a real condenser mic.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and then when I actually started getting real equipment, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when, you know, people started hearing my music. And then I had a few people that I started meeting along, like co-workers, stuff like that, recording them. And they let their people hear, like, yo, who you record that at?
Okay, okay.
And so it began, you know. It's like, it's crazy.
How the hell you made a computer mic sound good? You work some
it's,
voodoo.
Nah, it's not voodoo.
Magic or so, bro.
It's just like, you know, with these mics right here, it's about mic input gain, stuff like that. You got to do a lot of trial and error.
So I'm assuming it took a while to get to.
It took me about a year to get it perfected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Year of hard work. Okay. Was you producing around that time too, or?
Yeah, I was using Fruity Loops at the time, and then I came across Acid Pro. Was, you know, putting the wave one shots together, click by click, because there was no piano roll back then on the Acid. And then after that, I transitioned to Reason, and then from there it's just, you know, I'm talking about Reason 1.5 adapted.
What's been the difference as far as just you personally from being a rapper and from transitioning to the production, the more production side of it?
Well, with the production side, it basically goes right back. I didn't know nobody here, so I had to learn how to record myself. I didn't know nobody here, so I had to learn how to make my own beats.
Okay. I do think what you're doing is smart. I do recommend a lot of new artists. I do recommend them, like, because let's be real, everybody do music today.
Facts.
I do recommend a lot of new artists. If you're going to, when I ever have a kid ever want to do music, I'm going to always tell them at least pick up one skill, like a behind-the-scenes skill.
Right.
So you can make, and that's a good way to make money to fill your rap career. So I honestly want to transition into that too. So I'm going to be learning from you as well, though.
Oh, no problem. You know, my office hours are from, 10 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Yeah. So how long did it take you, because I want to know this personally, how long did it take you to get to a point where you felt your mixing was competitive with the stuff that's out?
When I started mixing songs with the likes of Young Buck on them, mixing songs with the likes of Lil Flip on them.
Didn't Tricky P do a song with them?
Yeah.
So you mixed it?
I'm his engineer.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds good then. It sounds good then. Right.
Yeah, I'm one of his engineers. He has three.
Yeah, I heard a lot of his songs. I know that. I heard a lot of his songs. So
yeah. Have you heard The Antidote?
I don't know. I don't know by names, because I listen to a lot of them. I do remember the one with Flip, Buck, and I listen to some other stuff with Yowda and stuff, but I don't remember the names by heart, but I did listen to a lot of songs.
Okay, yeah, because the last project he put out, The Antidote, I mixed almost majority of the songs.
Oh, okay.
And to get a whiff of my beats, the intro is my beat.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Check it out. Tell them where to find that at.
You can find it anywhere in every outlet. You know, Tricky P. You know, The Antidote, and then there's also Tricky P presents the Fan First Movement Volume. You know, you can find us on YouTube, Fan First the Movement. You can find us, you know, any music outlet, Fan First the Movement. You can find Tricky P. You can find KB, the producer guy. You can find a lot of people, man, that's tied to these wings.
So did you know Tricky P before you moved out here?
No, I got introduced. Yeah, I got introduced to Tricky P by a good friend of our mutual friend, Zuri. So, and he said, yo, we got this whole movement going. You should, you know, I think you should, you know, come. I'm like, man, you know, I don't want to do music no more, man. You know, my eyes, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
How long did it, not even cut you off, but how long did it take you to build the motivation back up? To get back into that bag, doing music and such?
Well,
because I know that had to be, you know.
My daughter, she raps and she sings. She just does it automatically.
Just family.
Yeah, but the only thing about it is she actually freestyles. So it's like, to hear her do it, it's like I get a whole, you know what I mean? And the things that she wants to do, you know, she's a young lady. She's going on 10 years old this year, but.
Oh, she already freestyling or not?
Yeah. Man. Yeah, I've gotten her in the studio like 3 times already.
Oh, Tricky P throughout the hundreds.
Hey, what's up, General?
But yeah, already at 10.
Yeah, she's about to be 10. Yeah, so it's a lot, man. It like I said, you know, these wings that I wear on my chest and this what I wear on my head saved my life, because I was like going spiral, and you know that whole situation. If you don't use it, you lose it. So it took me like locking myself in the studio nonstop, sleeping there, everything all last year to get back. Yeah, because it's like, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it, and don't just say, "Oh yeah, I do it." You got to really
like
do
do
it. You know what I mean? And the type of people that I surround myself with, they do it, and they really, really want this, so they actually work hard to do it. I mean, look at Tricky P. He's one of the main people. You know, and then also like Cadillac Mike, he's one of the main people.
Yeah, I heard a song that they did. With them too. I heard one of those before too.
Same thing with KB, the producer guy. He's making waves, and he's been developing, you know, all last year, and this year is going to be a problem.
So what? Okay, how did you say you met Tricky P through a mutual friend?
Yeah.
What got you into the radio game?
Tricky.
Did you ever see yourself doing it?
Yeah, I always told him, I said, yeah, man, I want to be a radio host, you know, and just like, you know, do stuff like this, like what you're doing. Like as far as my own segment like this, exactly like this. And then I say about 4 months later, Tricky comes and he's like, well, I got a radio slot. You should do it with me. You want to do it? I'm like, yeah, why not? You know, like, well, why not? So, and plus it worked out fine because the last location that E had, I helped set it up.
Oh, you helped set that up?
Yeah.
I was there like I came towards the ending before we transitioned over here.
Yeah, I helped set up all the equipment and everything on the last setup, yeah.
Okay. How was that journey, man? I never thought about doing radio before. This kind of happened kind of similar like you said.
Well, you know, once you get into engineering and everything like that, you want to know all aspects. Like I've engineered live shows. I've engineered, you know, live bands. I've engineered, you know, I've miking up, learning how to mic up. You know, live drums. Man, it's an experience.
How did you learn all that? You went to school for that?
I went to school and I wanted to test out, but they wanted you to, you know, back then they wanted you to just do everything by the book versus let me just take an exam to get to where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? To get my degree. Now it's a money game, so you better off hitting the help menu and then learning the glossary, buddy.
That's crazy.
That's how I taught myself.
I asked everybody. All the engineers that I look up to and all the videographers, they all say the same thing. The ones that said they went to school, they was like, honestly, they just learned doing it and just
hands on. Yeah. And it's basically you got to have an imagination. You know what I mean? As far as like playing with sounds and algorithms, you got to have fun.
You being an artist naturally does that. You think that give you an advantage when you transitioned over?
It does.
Yeah, because. Yeah. How would you say that though? How would you say it gave you an advantage when you transitioned?
Because I understand vocal textures and I understand respectfully that voice is an instrument.
Yes. I don't know about mixing, but that's what I think with my own.
Yeah. That's just like, you know, when you're doing, you know, ad libs, underdubs, harmonic underdubs on top of that, you want it to blend. So the best way to do if you're recording yourself, figure out how to blend it the way you want to. Therefore, by being a MC and then transitioning to an engineer, you know how to talk to the engineer when you're at a studio exactly how to protect your brand.
Okay. Repeat that. I'm sorry. Repeat that. I want to know this because I'm trying to.
I said if you learn how to record yourself and you learn how to mix yourself, not to perfection of a T, but just to get the idea. Therefore, if you go to record at a studio that has an engineer, you know how to dictate, and not only just dictate, but also express exactly how you want your sound to be to protect your brand that you're trying to build.
So I'll know how to speak the language to get him to get. Yeah, okay, that makes sense because that was the problem when I moved out here. I was going to a lot of new engineers. And, they was good at what they do, but I knew what I wanted, but I couldn't communicate it because I was so used to like someone I've been doing for 10 years. He just knows it. So that makes sense. I mean, I'm taking that.
Yeah, man, I've been doing this, man, going on 20 years.
20 years?
I mean, I took a break, like I said, 6-7 years because of, you know, my transition with my eyes because like I'm one of those people that I'll be up for, 72 hours straight, no sleep in the studio. I'm one of those kind of monsters. I'm not so much anymore, but you know, once you do a recording session with the likes of Eddie Levert and how he works, and then you also get locked into a studio session with the likes of George Clinton, who will lock in a studio for 7 whole days, and you're not allowed to leave the studio. It changes you. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
What is one of the you say you've been doing it for 20 years, so obviously you've been doing it when the technology was like not so good.
Yeah.
So, how is it a hard transition from that older technology to the newer?
From analog to digital, you mean?
Yeah.
No, because they still work hand in hand.
What's the difference too? I just want to know that.
Well, with analog, if you're strictly analog, it's a more of a warmth. You know what I mean? Like if you listening to the Ohio Players, or if you listening to the likes of Marvin Gaye, or you know, stuff like that, how it just sounds so pure,
more natural. Yeah.
Yeah. Versus digital, it's like forceful.
Yeah. I actually, because I know I was asking someone, but you explained it well. When I do hear like the analog, it do sound more warm and natural. Whereas the stuff today, I don't know how to explain it, but it sounds digital. I don't know. Yeah. It don't sound bad, but it sounds manufactured to be good.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is why, like, you know, I'm a pure advocate that if you're going to build you a studio, you got to have analog in there to go hand in hand with your digital. Because if you think about it, when it comes to microphones, if you can have nothing but warmth coming from the microphone to go into the software, you have no issues. You basically, you sound like you was in a big studio. Nah, I was at home, bro.
So is it certain genres that go well with analog than opposed to digital, or vice versa?
All genres go great with analog. It doesn't matter what genre of music. It could be loud rock. You know what I mean? And man, I had an experience with that.
Oh, how is that? I've never. I know that sounds hard.
To do, like, when you make a transition from a hip hop artist and a hip hop producer, and you make that transition to be an engineer, you can't completely call yourself an engineer unless you know how to record and mix all genres. You have to become a pure lover of music in order to do it.
What's the hardest genre? Well, I'm pretty sure you can do it, but what takes more of your effort?
That hardcore rock and roll.
Oh, with the scream.
Yeah, that was a challenge. But I would like to record more of it. Honestly, I mean, actually, to be honest with you, I'm working with an artist like that right now as a part of Fan First. He goes by the name of Grim God Ultra, and he's a rock star, but he's also an immaculate MC. You see what I'm saying? Now, with our team, we have a whole diverse of people to allow me to be able to mix everything. We got the rock star, we got MC that has harmonic, which is Jay Sheezy. We got the monotone lyricist that can probably kill a lot of people out here, which should go by the name of Jack Coley. And then you have the real relaxed Cadillac Mike, but also powerful. And then you have KB, who's a versatile R&B singer / hardcore MC / producer / engineer. So it's like, you know what I mean? And then you have Tricky P, who likes to experiment a lot. Okay. You know what I mean? So it helps you keep your A game, intact. And then there's somebody like the likes of Reezy, and then there's, my boy MVP, who's, coming around. And then I don't know if you ever heard of an MC by the name of Chosen.
No, never heard of him.
Okay, well, if you ever get a hold of him, you can find him everywhere, Chosen Rue.
Everywhere. How you spell that? It's spelled the regular way, the real way?
With a Z. CHOZEN /RU. All his music that he has out everywhere, I record it, mix, and engineered that. He has a type of voice that you really have to dig in on the mixing, because his voice is, like, different.
It's different?
Yeah, it's bassy, but it's also high-pitched at the same time.
I have to hear that. Sounds
really
unique. Yeah. How long did it take you? How long was the transition from hip hop to the rock, the pop, the other genres?
Immediate.
Yeah,
I mean, the first time you do it, you're gonna mess up, but then when you get an opportunity to keep those sessions and then work with them and then be able to record a second and third time, yeah, you kind of get an idea.
Okay, so each time would you say each time you perfect a certain style, does it make it easier for the next time?
Yeah, it's like a arsenal, like a bag, like a pot of gumbo.
Okay.
Where it also, because when you're an engineer, you have to be creative as well.
Okay.
So a lot of times when people see me on their posts, like, yeah, listen to this song, I'll listen to, like, oh, that's dope, and I'll be like, I wrote it, or I'll listen to a producer, and they're like, yeah, listen to this beat. I'm like, that beat is dope. I made that beat.
Hey, dude, because you're an engineer, do it mess up certain listening experiences? Because you can't never just listen as a casual fan. You be like, oh, he should have mixed it like.
Yeah, it does sometimes. I won't lie. Because a lot of times when people submit their songs to be mastered, it clips. And when you're supposed to allow the overhead to really shape it. Like we just had a single release yesterday. It's called Drippy Drip, and it's a part of the Fan First compilation that we did. We just released a video for it, and I'm listening to it as it's on the video. I'm like, yo, I killed that mix. You know what I mean?
Like,
but I know if it wasn't for, the mastering engineer, you know what I mean, it wouldn't really like come out like that.
I think people got to salute to producers and engineers, bro. Like, y'all clean up so many bad vocals and songs that's even on the radio.
Yeah.
Well, people do not give y'all enough credit, man.
Yeah. So it's like, break bread or fake dead, man.
But y'all don't really care for the credit too much, right? Y'all just want the bread, right? I mean, y'all care for like maybe not the fame in the forefront.
We care about the bread.
Yeah, the bread.
Because if we're going to be locked in for like 18, 19, 20 hours.
Oh, what up?
You know what I'm saying? If we're going to be locked in 18, 19, 20 hours, we got to have a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Like, but yeah, y'all definitely, people need to start giving y'all more credit. What up, man? What's up?
El Duderino just walked in the building.
Yeah. Let me get this. What is this? Hold on real quick.
Yeah, man. But yeah,
you know what it is, man. But yeah, man, people got to start giving y'all more credit, bro. Clean up a lot of not so hot vocals.
Well, I mean, it's like this. As long as the vocals are not distorted, we can clean up anything.
Yeah, I know.
We can clean up anything.
What's this? I see others. This 5, right? 5, 4. Think you on 1, 2, 3. Let me see. You can hear yourself?
Check 1, check 2.
Yeah, let's get it. What up?
What's going on? What's happening?
The El Duderino just walked in because he's into the whole brevity thing.
No, we was just talking about. I mean, you can do your thing now, but we was just talking about. I was just asking about his journey of like engineering and just taking him through the whole journey for the fans. You know the school.
Yeah. I was watching it. I was watching the interview. 20 years, man.
Yeah,
that's a long time, bro.
You might as well say I'm a battle-born individual. 20 years.
Yeah. How long you been in Vegas now?
Almost 20 years.
Almost 20
you been in Vegas for 20 years too?
Almost 20 years. In 2022 it'll be 20 years.
And where are you from originally?
South Central Los Angeles.
South Central Los Angeles.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how was it growing up there?
Product of your environment, gangbanging, you name it.
Really?
It's just one of them situations, man. You growing in that kind of environment, like every time you turn around, it's dice games as soon as you walk out your apartment. It's every Sunday there's low riders and barbecues and everybody with red flags at the park. I mean, it's a lot. It's drive-by shootings. It's people going to continuation school on the side of the high school. I'm pretty sure y'all saw movies where like it ain't really like that. No, it's really like that. And then it's like they'll probably mess with you from the bungalows, like man, shut up, and then they'll hop over the fence and you're like, what you say, boy? And it be real solidified gangsters like, man, he came and he checked me.
So you live boys in the hood. You
literally, it was filmed in my hood, of course.
Oh, it was. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, so, Baldwin Hills. I mean that right there where they was sitting there eating the fries and stuff at the mall. Yeah, that's my hood.
Right. So with that, how do you as a black man, and I want to say this, because this is just where we're at.
Right.
How do you deal with the trauma? Because I'm sure that's traumatic. You didn't know that growing up, right? Maybe you don't even feel like it is. Let me step back. You know what I'm saying?
In regards to what's going on today?
No, just you as a black man dealing with growing up like that, right? Knowing that you don't want to raise your kid in that same environment.
Right.
That's traumatic, right?
Yeah.
And then you may have seen killings. You may have seen dead bodies. You may have seen, when they did you want to see a dead body.
Yeah, that's
bro,
real.
That's traumatic.
Yeah. It's traumatic.
So as a black man,
to an extent, though.
Okay, so talk to us though.
Well,
you see what I'm saying? Right, I say you got to step back because it's like, hey, bro, that was my normal
so
environment, bro.
Yeah, so
okay, like the very first time you see something like that, yeah, it's traumatic. Like, oh wow, like yo, get away from it. You know what I mean? Like, let's get up before they say we did it. Little kids, 9, 10 years old, seeing stuff like that. But then as you grow up and you keep seeing it, it's like, keep it pushing.
Yeah.
It's like as if it's a normal thing. It's messed up, but that's what it would be. Same thing being a teenage black, young black man walking up your own neighborhood with a black hoodie on and your hands in your pockets and the police pull up on you and slam you to the ground searching you. One time I had a blunt in my hoodie pocket, but good thing he had gloves. He didn't feel the blunt, so he let me go. But, you know, just every time you come home from school, you see a whole lineup of black men lined up on their knees with their hands behind their back and 3 police cars. And then it's like they just sitting there for the whole neighborhood to see, like, yeah, we own this neighborhood, and then let them go.
How old were you when you came to Vegas?
I was 21, exactly.
So you really just grew turned up 21 in South Central LA.
I came out here. Actually, you know what? To be 100 with you, I came out here July 14th, 2002.
So you coming up on the anniversary around
yes,
this
sir.
thing.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, listen. So when it come down to the music industry, you were influenced by music by the local entertainment? Or was it more so the radio and what they got? Because, I mean, L.A., bro, got some of the most prominent hip-hop artists. But were you influenced by that? Or was it the local scene? Or was it the radio?
Every time. It was a situation of I grew up in a broken home, basically. You know, I got brothers and sisters that we don't have the same mom or the same dad.
Okay.
So it's that kind of situation. I don't have any full-blooded relatives as far as siblings go.
Okay.
So a lot of times, like when I became a young teenage male, my pops would come and take me to Moreno Valley, like the suburbs, for like a year. So I would spend a year with my dad, spend a year with my mom. So I would start to see that there's better than the hood.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And my dad's brother, who's a producer, you know, he was a producer for Ruthless. Lil Easy E knows him. I mean, all these prominent people, big people, and I'm in the studio with him, with these people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I want to do this. So that's what inspired me. You know, being in the studio with Sugar Free, being in the studio with DJ Quick, being in the studio with KC and JoJo, being in the studio with Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like, he's just like, yo.
So did you pursue the artistry side first?
Yes, the artistry side first. I wanted to be a rapper first. But,
what was your rap name?
Peter Kane.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Peter Kane.
That's your real name too, right?
Nah.
So that ain't sound cool. Like,
you know, you need to put a disclaimer first. You
gotta say it, but like, that's a cool name. Like, it could be a real name, right?
Thank you. Yeah, it's always been PK.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what my grandma used to call me. And I was like, yo, here I am, a red ragger, and everybody's like around me calling me PK. Like, wait a minute. Like, don't that mean? Nah, man, nah. So I basically just walked away. And then y'all probably know him, but he got so many nicknames now that he call himself.
He just said, I love you, PK. So that's what that means.
100. But he's now has a new name. He went from 5-star Billy Jack Hewitt to now Billy Bars.
Oh yeah,
Billy Bars is responsible for giving me the abbreviation Peter Kane.
Okay.
Yeah. And I met him in 2005 and helped him with his transition. That's my brother for life right there, and he won't deny it.
He was one of the first few artists I heard when I first came out here.
Yeah, and he's very versatile. You know, this tattoo I have on my arm, My Own Lane Music Group, if you heard all the bars he had on with that, like I've been with that guy when he was a gospel rapper. Like he's got so many transitions. He's very well versed in this hip hop thing.
Okay,
you know what I mean? And I'm happy to have been a part of his journey. You know what I'm saying?
What made you say I'm gonna engineer? And let me ask you, 2-part question. Okay, I'm gonna engineer.
Off top,
right? Because I've been watching. I'm like, all right, I got some questions.
Oh, for sure.
Do you think?
What does these 2 words mean to you, Bernie Grundman?
Bernie Grundman? Oh yeah, man, that's a mastering lab. I've been there. By the by Roscoe's, been there. Pay 3 racks and get the whole album mixed and mastered. He's a legend. Same thing when I got 1,000 hours with Dave Pensado. So I'm very well versed in these engineers. Very well versed. Puig too.
So Bernie Grundman goes way back.
Way.
Can you give me a little back? Not just me, but the public, a little information on him because he's the master of all masters.
Yeah, I don't even really know. So
Look, you about to disagree? Let's have that. You feel me? But his name was on so many hip hop albums, it didn't make no sense.
True.
Doesn't mean that he actually touched all of them because it's a brand.
Yeah,
so
I know for a fact he does.
He hires people.
Just like Dr. Dre. Exactly.
Yes. So is that what you mean? When you go, okay, but it's the brand though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the brand.
So talk to the people about who Bernie Grundman is from a engineer point of view because
I mean, when he does the ones that I did see him touch was like rock and roll, R&B, you know, and like he did Tupac's, a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? He was the man, and then it got to a point where his price was too high, so he started hiring so he can take a cut off of his engineers. So he still got bread just for using the name in his facility, and that's one of three. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days when CDs were popular, you would pay your $3,000 to him. You would sit in a room with one of his engineers. They run it through the analog gear, and then you get to seeing how your music just come alive, like. You know what I'm saying? And then you're there for like the first initial mixing, and then after that, it's like, all right, cool. We'll have X amount of CDs shipped to you in X amount of time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I know the whole process. I've been there.
You heard of Quadir?
Of course. Matter of fact, here's another thing, which is crazy, which makes me well versed in Vegas. I used to engineer for Triple P.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know about Quadir,
So,
bus stops, everything. Yeah.
You know, that was my partner back in the day.
Church.
So
I actually in 2015 I mixed his last project. I don't know if they put it out yet though.
not yet.
Yeah, I mixed that. Yeah.
So I seen. So they did that basically. Triple P did that for his album, and when I seen his name hit the hood, I was like, okay, this is really, really doable. You know, didn't know it was that. I still haven't had Bernie Grumman touch anything, but the point is that that's how far back I go with the engineering and looking on the back of the disc and knowing who actually recorded.
You was super in it.
Who did the art, all of that. You know what I'm
he
saying?
did the art too. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, man. It's just like this is just what I want to know.
Yeah, man, Crumb is
favorite.
a mastermind, man. The CEO of Triple P, he's a mastermind, man. You know, he walked away for a minute too, but he never walked away.
Right.
Type deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
right.
Just being around, as you see, being around these kind of great people, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, man, just same thing, Platinum Sound Lab, you know, they used to be on Eastern Oquendo. I used to engineer there, too.
Right.
Is one of your goals to eventually get your brand and have people working under you? If you're not doing it already?
I would say in about, I already, you know, I'm in the process. But basically, I would say like maybe like 3-4 years.
Okay.
I want to secure the fan first, brand first. You know what I mean? Before I go and do my own, because I am also a product of Fan First. So as soon as that like takes off where it needs to, which is close, I mean close. As soon as that gets well off and everything like that, then I plan on opening up a lab. And of course, you guys know about my cousin Bozy Thompson. So he's very well versed, thirsty for beats, very well versed. He's getting his equipment, and he's coming
Shout
back.
out to the homie.
Yeah, he coming back. Pretty soon he may be opening up a beat lab, a creation space as he calls it.
Okay.
So him and my protege, Trey Styles, are together. So and that's crazy. The two of them together in the room creating, you gotta see it. It's like watching Ohio players or watching Parliament or stuff like that. The way they create together.
What is your greatest work to you?
My daughter. That is the and always will be, especially because she is exactly like me with this music. She loves it so much. You put on the beat, and all of a sudden she starts freestyling. It's like, what? She's been to the studio and has done that, and everybody's like,
yeah.
At such a young age, too.
Yeah. And it's like I never really brought her around it. So it's like it's something that's just in her.
Yeah.
Because my whole family, like my dad is a DJ. I'm a son of a DJ.
Yeah.
And he used to play for Custom Made Band back home in LA. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a lot. You know what I'm saying?
So when it comes to putting out work, music, albums, songs,
Okay.
do you have something that you just touched that you was just like, that was nice and I did that?
Well, as me and him were talking, there's a song called Drippy Drip. As far as mixing that, I was shocked at how it came out after it came back from mastering. So and we only do utilize Vegas when it comes to our mastering. So I forget the name of the studio.
Drippy Drip though, that's one.
That's one. The Antidote. That whole project.
Check that out. Gotta check that out.
Also, Fan First Volume 1. Tricky P presents Fan First the movement. I'm in all of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's more coming that I'm excited that I just gotta wait. Just gotta
Do
wait.
you have any music out?
Me personally,
Yes. Peter Kane.
I got 2 songs, but one is just me just talking crap, and the other one is just me, my brother, and my good friend Sham Lewis, and a guy I cannot find. He used to go by the name of City with an S. So I don't know where to find him, but it's out there. It's on every outlet.
Is there something you can pull up for us? Is there something you can pull up for us? Something for us to play? Maybe something from the Fam First, the movement. Maybe something from Tricky P.
Absolutely.
Can you pull up something on your phone or something somewhere where we can play it real quick? Can you do that for me?
I need to hook this thing up because remember I told you on my birthday I had some shenanigans. I fell in the pool. Someone for Apple Care. You remember we had that conversation?
So do you still plan on releasing any music from yourself?
I was just talking to my general, you know what I'm saying, and telling him that I want to go ahead and get back into recording and stuff like that, but I want to wait until these projects are done.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know it got to be hard too. Like the rappers to you mixing up, you like, damn, let me hop on this.
Nah, not so much.
Not so much.
Not so much. It's not so much like that. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I don't see him as somebody itching to be on the microphone.
I just we still rapping. I was like,
well, the reason why I don't really itch to jump on the microphone is because I'm not. How can I put this? I'm not. How can I say, like, completely comfortable yet because I'm in a transition. Okay. You know what I mean? Like I did over as an MC that I never put out. I did approximately 1,900 songs. Just being locked in the studio day in and day out.
I didn't play it yet.
Yeah, day in and day out, just being locked in the studio. And even now, all last year, even though I was still, was hosting here, you know what I'm saying, I would be in the studio sleeping there for a week at a time and only leave to shower because I'm like really focused on digging in, like out self-disrespect, all kinds of stuff. And then now that we releasing a lot of music, it's like, yeah, I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? Dedication. You know what I'm saying?
This
Sacrifice.
is called Life Story.
Yeah, I produced that right there.
And who is this featuring?
That's Tricky P and Reezy.
All right, let's go.
I ain't gonna tell nobody.
Let me see. Is it on?
I ain't gonna tell nobody.
It's playing.
So that was the aux, right?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell nobody.
Oh, what's going on? Oh no, I ain't got it up. Start it back over. Let me see.
Y'all sit and grieve.
Hey,
Don't tell nobody.
he's the engineer, not me.
Don't tell nobody
He's the
else.
engineer, not me. But
Yeah, so this is Tricky P featuring Reezy, a beat that I produced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, tell me what's your worst fear?
It's a beat.
Just imagine you no longer here. Flesh and blood all up in the dirt. But your soul still gon' roam the earth. While your family all sit and grieve. Watch the homies blow like pine trees. Now they all looking Chinese. I'm ducked off, boy, you can't find me. She like, when I keep happy, you're taking over like a Nazi. I think I caught a whole nother flight. I think I live a whole nother life. On stage, see another light. Cause I be thinking about my kids tonight. Trying to make all my wrongs right. They say you couldn't see the sacrifice. You gave it all you had your whole life. See, you can smile when it's your time. And you can grind when you wanna shine. It's God's plan and it's God's time. It's impossible to walk a straight line. I know you hear me. I know you hear me. Lord, please forgive me.
We're gonna run that back one time, man. Life Story right now. Let's go.
Yeah, tell me what's your worst fear? Just imagine you no longer here. Flesh and blood all up in the dirt. But your soul still gon' roam the earth. While your family all sit and grieve. Watch the homies blow like pine trees. Now they all looking Chinese. I'm ducked off, boy, you can't find me. She like, when I keep happy, you're taking over like a Nazi. I think I caught a whole nother flight. I think I live a whole nother life. On stage, see another light. Cause I be thinking about my kids tonight. Trying to make all my wrongs right. They say you couldn't see the sacrifice. You gave it all you had your whole life. See, you can smile when it's your time, and you can grind when you wanna shine. It's God's plan and it's God's time. It's impossible to walk a straight line. I know you hear me. I know you hear me. Lord, please forgive me. Please, I need you near me. I need you near me. I know you hear me. I know you hear me. Lord, please forgive me. Oh, forgive me. I need you near me. I need you near me. Tryna live my life, my life, my life, my life, my life, my life. How does it feel to be me? Tryna live my life, my life, my life, my life, my life, my life. How does it feel to be me? Fast cars, fast bras, yeah. Crash cars, all laws, yeah. Against the odds, superstars. Came from the ghetto, nigga, now we sitting at all. Sitting there at the table. Remember, days I didn't have a cable. I was waiting, trying to get my money up. Y'all was Facebook thugging, now you all wanna show love. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Stand here, nigga, don't you run. You face your fear, this could be your last year. But tell me, do you stand a man or a mouse? How you live your life, what you represent today. Was you willing to die tonight and fight for what you believe? Tell me, what you believe, what you achieve. What do you bleed? What do you feel when you on your knees? Praying to the heaven above. Lord, can you not forget us? I know you hear me. I know you hear me. Lord, please forgive me. Please, I need you near me. I need you near me. I know you hear me. I know you hear me. Lord, please forgive me. Oh, forgive me. I need you near me. I need you near me. Tryna live my life, my life, my life, my life, my life, my life. How does it feel to be me? Tryna live my life, my life, my life, my life, my life, my life. How does it feel to be me?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Grim God Ultra. We hooked up the digital drums and he replayed that thing.
I like some drums in that. You say you produced it?
Yeah, and my boy Grim God Ultra replayed the drums on that.
Okay. Yeah, that was tight. I haven't heard nothing like that in a while.
Yeah.
Especially with hip hop too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. Who was the artist again?
Tricky P.
Tricky P. Oh, that was him? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he do got a lot of different styles. It didn't sound like the stuff I heard.
Experiment.
It didn't sound like the stuff I heard on the he do got a lot of different styles then.
Yeah, he do what he feel. Mm-hmm. You know, and he's unapologetic.
He was doing the hook too, right?
He did half the hook, and then Reezy came in. Lord, can you please hear me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was Reezy on that. Yeah,
that was good.
Thank you, sir.
That was good. I like the first verse. What was the first verse?
That's tricky.
That was tricky. I like the first verse.
Okay.
Yeah, he gave us a story that you know, and I could kind of see where he was taking us. You know, the road he was taking us down.
It did make me tune in and really listen. I could picture like
that's why it's called Life Story. Like, you know, pay attention. Listen to
back.
Lend me your ears.
Right. So, do you have off the top of your head 5 Vegas artists you can shout out right now? That's not with F1TM.
That's not Fan First. Chosen Rule. Let's see. Is he Chosen Rule? I do rock with D Cross because I've hung out with him. I talked to him, you know what I'm saying, personally type stuff like that. Yeah. Shout out to Fats. You know, I know him. You know, of course, if you know my history, I go on everybody's post. I wrote it. That's a brand. You feel me? So, let's see who else. That's 2. So, Smoke Loke, Misfit.
That's 5.
Yeah. I can go on and on and on, you know what I mean? But it's like,
that's just off the top of your head. That's all,
that's on the spot, you know what I mean? Because you know, all I've been dealing with is just Fan First, so it's like,
right?
Yeah,
Chosen Rule. You said D Cross. You said Fats. Smoke Loke and Misfit. All right, now give me off the top of your head 3 artists. No, give me 5 from Fan First.
Easy. Tricky P, Jay Sheezy, Jack Coley, KB the producer guy, Cadillac Mike.
Okay, and where do we find those artists?
You can find them on Instagram. Let's see, Cadillac Mike.
Oh no, you don't have to go down.
Oh, I ain't got to go that road.
Is there a
It's
website?
hard to spell it.
You can find them on any music outlet.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
All right. So give us those names again.
Cadillac Mike.
Yeah.
Jay Sheezy.
Jay
Jack
Sheezy,
Coley.
Jack
KB the
Coley.
producer God.
And Tricky P.
And Tricky P.
All right, for sure. And can they hire you to engineer for them, or do they have to come to your studio, or are you a mobile engineer? How does it
I'm
work?
a mobile engineer.
How does that work? I never really.
Well, of course, you know, there's my fee and whatnot and so forth.
Because I told him too. I'm trying to learn. So
Yeah, there's my
forth.
fee and whatnot and so forth and what have you. But yeah, but I'm more comfortable in my studio because of the simple fact of, you know, I've critiqued it, you know, to the point where I can record any genre in there vocally. So, you know what I mean? I can track any vocal in there. Now, the next building will be ready.
what began? This might go a little, but what started the brand? What made you guys start the brand?
Well, basically, Tricky P had an idea and said that's what it is, and then he started gathering people, you know, and he had Zuri scouting people, and you know he met with people, said I like y'all vibe, I like your spirit, and here we are.
Did it take a while to get to that point where the brand is like?
It took a
Official,
while.
official?
It took a while for. Well, no, not really, because Tricky is a no nonsense type of individual. If he say he gonna do it, he does it. Within 2 months of us meeting at his house and establishing the brand of what it is, and everybody that kept coming to the house every day to record and stuff like that. Within 2 to 3 months, he had a building.
60 to 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
Probation.
And then after that, about almost a year later, we're in a bigger building.
Tell Zuri what's happening, man.
Oh, yeah.
Is he an engineer over there?
No.
What is his role over there?
The homie.
Oh, okay.
The
Well,
homie.
Tell the homie what's happening.
Zuri Akil, my boy.
That's my guy, man. That's my guy. So, big difference. Can you kind of give us a little inside scoop on it? Live engineering, audio engineering, recording, sound recording.
Yeah.
The
Live
differences.
is a little bit different and a little bit more thorough.
What about the guys that want to sound like they do in the studio?
Well, I mean, if you have the space, you know, to record, you know, miking up all the drums, miking up the guitars, you know, and all the mics and all the overhead mics. If you have the space for all of that, then yeah, you can recreate that. But that's in an enclosed, soundproof environment.
Oh, okay.
And that's why we use the overhead mics.
Have you given anybody auto-tune during a live show?
No.
Has anybody come with their own mic and said, hey, this is my auto-tune?
Auto-tune
No.
me up.
No.
T-Pain
But
me
it's
up.
possible, right?
It is possible. Because when you run in a live session, it's ran through Pro Tools.
Right.
Do people do that a lot?
Yes.
Yeah, I seen
Okay.
Travis
Yes.
Scott.
That's the only one I
Uzi.
heard. It was like openly, like clear cut. I can
Live
hear.
shows are, you know, the reason why live shows are ran through Pro Tools is due to the fact of if they want to go ahead and sell that live
sell the audio.
set.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yep. All right, so you said it's a little bit more fine-tuned, or like, so the difference between recording in a booth.
Yeah, like you see here, we have sound
Okay.
proofing, right?
Uh-huh.
Which I recommend getting the sound absorbing blankets instead of these.
Okay.
But you see we're in an enclosed
Owner.
environment. You know what I'm saying? with soundproof, you know, sound conditioning versus a stage where it's reverberation
Okay, I see what you mean.
everywhere. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in order to capture that, you have to mic the drums properly. Like there's ribbon mics you got to use. You know, there's all kinds of stuff you got to use. You know what I mean? And certain cables, you got to use some real powerful cables. You know what I mean? Because of how long they have to go. Because that's why when you see a lot of live performances, the engineers in the back
Yeah.
facing you guys,
facing you.
so that they can hear everything.
Also,
Got
you can
it.
hear. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that it's very
You have a very important job.
yeah.
That sounds stressful.
Without
Yeah,
you,
bro.
the music it just
That
wouldn't
sounds
be right.
stressful,
Yeah.
bro. it's live too. So
yeah.
You have a question?
No, we can just talk, bro. It's
Man,
a conversation.
my question. Okay, what's up with this? This is the mind trick, man. Okay. What's up with the mind trick in the music when it comes to the gigahertz or the kilohertz or whatever the hertz are?
The 504A.
And explain that to people like me that don't know what that means.
We got 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes right now.
Okay, 504A. It's brain waves. Like you see how we talk. It's waves. So in order to capture the mind, sometimes you have to get that actual frequency, because you know how you listen to the radio and you hear a song over and over, but it's like, I hate this song, but all of a sudden you yeah, it's frequency, bro.
Okay,
it's frequency.
But the engineer can do that.
Yes.
And they can make you actually like this song if it's played enough because of the way that they the frequency.
I believe that.
Ambience, algorithms. You know,
can you talk to that? We have 4 minutes. Can you? Because I'm gonna put this clip out,
man,
bro.
You know the game is so.
I'm just saying because bro, if all of us as independent artists did that, bro, it'd be a different story. But we're not doing it, and that's what I heard. Mastering really is.
Mastering is what that is, as long as your final mix can support the master.
And everybody's not doing it.
No, people just like, oh man, that sounds cool, man. Get it mastered, it'll be fine. No, that mix has to be perfect before you send it to mastering.
Okay,
I mean perfect.
Okay. Since you're not gonna give us any more,
yeah, man. You know I need my queens, man.
Yeah. The secret sauce.
The difference.
I hold classes, man. No.
Isn't there a difference between a video mix, a radio mix, and an album mix?
The video mix is the album mix.
Okay.
Because when you give that mix to, unless there are some intricate parts for the video.
Right, of course.
Yeah. Now, if it's just the usual what it is on the album, then it's whatever. But if there's some intricate parts, you know, as far as like breakdowns, and you guys did a whole scene dedicated to a breakdown,
of course,
that us producers and engineers got to go back in and then recreate that.
Yeah.
Then there is a difference.
Drop in and edit. However, but it's a difference between radio and album.
Only no, it's not.
I don't know. It sounds different on the radio. You think it's the radio?
Well, because you gotta understand, the radio uses like a brick wall effect.
I feel like I hear less of the maybe those frequencies you was talking about.
And a lot of times the it's sped up too.
Exactly.
Oh, it is
for radio.
I know that.
But I thought it was a different mix between radio and album.
Yeah, me too. Cause
no,
I had one of my songs played on a radio thing, and it just sounded different. It didn't sound the same.
It's brick wall effect.
What does that mean? We got 2 minutes.
It's kind of like
3 hours to talk.
It's kind of like a spatializer or a limiter. Would you, if I may, like a limiter. You know what I mean? That brings it out even more. But it only depends on how great that mix is.
Okay.
If that mix is great, yeah. So it all begins in the actual creation of it. And the final lot, depends on the guy, the El Duderino. Yeah, the duder.
The El Duderino.
The duder.
So you rep SoCal and Vegas, I'm assuming. That good borderline. And who is one of the most major artists you've worked with where you were like, man, I got to work with them? Not so much starstruck or nothing, but like, I could die and be like, dude, I was so happy I got to work with them. I'm good.
Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes, bro. Genesis.
I was an assistant engineer with one of his songs. It blew me the fuck away.
Yeah.
It blew me away, bro.
Amazing.
And that made me even more want to perfect this craft called engineering.
Okay. Well, before we go, shout out some stuff you mix with the teams, because I want to check it out too.
Man, go check out that KB and Cadillac mic, ball on them. Check out that Antidote by Tricky P. Check out Tricky P Presents Fan First the Movement, and also check out Jay Sheezy and Jack Coley called The Struggle.
Okay.
Check that out. It's on our YouTube. It's everywhere.
All right.
Yeah.
Where they follow you at?
IG Peter Kane 947, Facebook.com Peter Kane 947, TikTok Peter Kane 947, and also Fan First the Movement on IG.
Yeah. Tell them where to find you at.
ICJONEZ everywhere, and don't forget to go buy my merchandise, man, I got a new store, Kent Butt God Store. Out there right now. There you go.
I bootlegged it.
Represent Hot 702.5 FM. Already know. Follow me on ERIC_STCKZ. Let's get it frequent.
We out.
Yeah.